boats here, and supposedly they have like glass bottom boats. So I was all geared up to get one of those. Get around to that area. There's literally hundreds of people, probably thousands. It's all closed off.
We're live, guys.
Oh,
that's all right. I'm just letting you know we're live. Oh, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah. I was just saying, like, thousands of people, but yet they closed off the boats because they don't want, because of COVID. But yet there's thousands of people all over each other on the beach. So what sense does that make?
True.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the Army Corps of Engineers that runs the lake that we go to actually has it open, the swim areas and stuff. They closed all that last year. I was waiting to see if they were going to open them or not. They had them open before Memorial Day, amazingly, the swim area.
Yeah. Anyway, let me get rid of this. It's all right. I'm trying to figure out how to. Oh, come on. Okay, yes, I understand that. So delete that one forever. Come on. All right. Oh, come on. All right, there we go. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm having technical difficulties. Let's see what's happening here. Have I got? Let me have a look. Okay, we're doing good. So let me get rid of this one. It's all right. I do apologize. There we go. All right. I don't know who is. I see Jerry's here in the chat, and that's it for right now. What I forgot to do, I forgot to delete the one I set up earlier. So I've just deleted that, and so I think everything's working now. So, yeah. Okay, we're looking good. Yeah. All right, welcome from the Crossroads of America. Talk show about guns, politics, or anything else that crosses my mind. We'll answer questions from the audience. Just put them in the chat or email me at rickslifeasiseeit at gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. I have a Patreon page and a one-time PayPal thingy. Let me put my banner up here and I'll see right there. So let everybody see that. There we go. And that's about it. So let me introduce my panel so far. Let's go back to my comments here. Who else we got in here? Oh, Two Live Moves found us. That's good. So there's people starting to come in now. Bit of a mess up this morning. The chamber's down, so I had to come over to the duck. So I don't use it that often, so I'm having to relearn it all again. Oh, okay. Raphael's here. Kingpin's here. They're starting to come in. Okay. Let me introduce my panel so far. I got Rich from This Week Unloaded. How you doing?
How's it going, everybody?
All right. Then I got Jason Stewart. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, Rick. Thanks for the invite.
Yep. Let me there we go. Get back to my chat here. Here we go. Then we got out on his walk around the lake. We got New York Outcast.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for having me, Rick.
No problem. No problem at all. So, I mean, I don't know if this one has a title or not, but I had it all worked out. It was Let's Talk Guns and Let's Talk Guns and Shit. I think that was the title of my last one. But I don't know what this one isn't titled. So, anyway, I'm going to start off. I just happened to notice that what was it, late yesterday, that that judge in California said their assault weapons ban is unconstitutional. But then he went and put a 30-day stay on it because he knows that the state's going to file an appeal to the the Ninth Circuit. So, but anyway, if they don't, then the assault weapons ban in California is unconstitutional. So I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, they're going to, because if they don't,
they're going to appeal it. Then what's going to happen if they go to the 3-man thing and it's proved unconstitutional? Then they're appeal to the en banc. Was it 9-man or 11-man I should say man or 11-person thing? And then if that goes against it, then it stands. But if it goes in favor of the state, then it can go to the United States Supreme Court. So
they can, and either side can appeal all the way to the Supreme Court because this is a civil case; it's not a criminal case. So this case is going to end up. I guarantee it on whether the Supreme Court decides to take it up or not.
Yeah.
Especially when you got Congress and Biden wanting this on the national level. So I mean, this is a big. This case is actually a really big deal. It's not just going to affect California. Oh
no! If it goes to Supreme Court and they go, yes, assault weapons bans are unconstitutional, because there's a few states that are limited at certain things. Do you have any restrictions there in New York? New York Outcast? AR-15s and such?
Yes. Oh, yes. They call it the New York Safe Act. So we have a whole list of markers or whatnot they state. So
yeah. So I mean, so this case would help you out too. If it goes to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, which would be nice because it's pretty ridiculous, I think. So,
yeah,
I think any gun person thinks, or any logical person.
Yeah, and keep in mind, if this goes all the way to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court decides that, the judge who said it's unconstitutional is correct, that's going to affect that's going to prevent Congress from passing one as well.
Oh, yeah. It will. So they're going to do their damnedest to try to not, for that not to happen.
Let me ask, what is the California assault weapons ban? I mean, you can get an AR out there, right? It just doesn't have the funny stock on it.
Yeah, it can't have any of certain features and whatnot, and that's what it is. It's basically the same thing as what they have to deal with in New York.
Yeah, it's got a fixed stock, I believe. Only just a maximum of 10-round magazine. I believe that the what you call it? The thing on what's it? Compressor? Not compressor.
The bullet button? Is that what you're talking about?
No, it does have a special button on it too.
I don't know if the bullet button. Yeah, I don't know if their bullet button is part of the assault weapons ban or if that's a different law, because there was a ruling on that before individually. So I don't know if that's actually part of their assault weapons ban or not out there. So
yeah. But anyway, when the judge, he actually quoted McDonald case and the Heller case, as part of his decision, that decision is based on those two cases, because that states plainly that gun is in common use.
Oh yeah, one of his comments in his decision was the Ford F-150 is very popular and AR-15s are even more popular.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Talking about AR-15s, I've got mine hanging up on the wall from on my R&L displays wall mount that comes with the kit. It's sitting there looking sharp. And I haven't taken it down, but it's coming down this week because I'm going shooting with it. I didn't make it this week because other things came up. Oh, I'll get into that in a minute. But anyway, with the wooden mount and the wall mount comes comes with everything. All you got to do is screw it into the wall. And if R&L could do it, they would come and drill the holes for you. But unfortunately, they can't. So you have to do that part yourself.
Too busy walking around the park.
But if you use my discount code of Rick's Life, you get 15% off. So there you go at rnldisplays.com. So I just let everybody know. So far, we'll repeat it again during the show. Actually, I need to change my my thing down below. I need to put that in there as an automatic link. You know, I need to do that. I've been slacking on my channel. You know, I don't do as much on it as I used to, trying to make it grow. You know, people just take me as I am or don't. It's that simple. This is the way I look at it now. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to go shoot those 60 rounds that I got for $10. You know, I thought, hell, why not? It was almost like a freebie. That's why I'm going to go shooting. You know, and that still gives me my three mags that I got backed up. So that's the way I look at it.
I took off early from work so I could get home and make it time for your show, Rick.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, but you know, being nice and sunny and Saturday kind of didn't hurt things either. But I stopped at my gun store on the way home.
Yeah, what'd you buy?
No, I just want to tell you what I saw.
What?
Now you can call me a liar, but I wouldn't lie to you. The shelves were almost full of ammo.
Wow. What about prices?
You know, my jaw was kind of on the ground, kind of like the first time you ever walked into a strip club.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I was just looking in amazement. But I could see the 9mm, and Blazer 9mm was $17.99 a box, or maybe $17.50 something. It would, you know, so I would say it was $18 a box. And he had Winchester NATO 9mm, and he had like $22 a box on that. And then he had Federal 9mm, and it was just a little higher. It was $27.
Okay, so you're just looking at baby bullets. What about 223?
The 223s, he still got them sitting there. You got to buy the whole ammo can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was 400 or 420, and ammo cans $365. So that's still high price. You're still at like 90 cents a round for that stuff.
Yeah, that's still high.
But you know, that could have been what he bought it last month. Maybe next month's price would be.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that I looked. Was it yesterday? I looked. Midway USA had Federal American Eagle. Is that what they call it? And they had it for $14.99, $15 a box for 20.
Yeah.
And you know, 15 is not bad. I mean, what were they before? Around 10?
11.
Yeah, 10 or 11.
Yeah,
before COVID.
Anywhere along there, you didn't really mind. Like you could find it on sale like $9.99 or something. But
yeah.
If you had to give $10.99 or $11.99, you really didn't pay much attention to it.
Yeah. So, but the maximum was Midway. You could only have 5 boxes.
Yeah, Federal has some of the HST that's made for the smaller handguns. They wanted 35 for that. It used to be like 30 for it. So you're still paying $5 more, but you were only allowed to get 4 boxes of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. HST is expensive to begin with. I mean, anybody's ever priced HST, you know, that's not cheap stuff.
Yeah, I was talking to the owner about, you know, the ammo. I said, it's good to see it back. And he said, yeah, it is. He said, they're starting to send a little more each time and a little more variety each time.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Like, the way he mentioned that, he kind of just like has orders that show up. You know what I mean? He doesn't just order it.
Yeah, but it seems strange right? That it's coincidence, I know, but do you believe in coincidence? Is the thing.
Oh no.
But Remington, right? Factory starts working again. After being bankrupt and going under, and Federal taking it over, they fire it up and start producing. All of a sudden, more ammo showing up.
Yeah. One other price I did notice, he had 22 long rifle. It was $10 for 100.
What did it used to be?
8, 9.
Yeah. That ain't bad, really.
No. I don't have any problem with supporting my local business. And $1 or $2, we're not really worried about that. Yeah. It's just the people charging $40 for a box of 9mm or whatever. They just have their knuckles slapped.
Yeah, and like 223, 556, I'm willing to go. I mean, 15 is the maximum I'd pay. I don't really want to pay that, but that's sort of the maximum I'll pay for.
Yeah, those prices here in that big can, I just got one. I forget what it was, but you come out paying like 17 or 18, but it's supply and demand still.
Yeah, it is. So, oh well, that's good to see. I gotta go to my local store. Oh, I know what I was telling y'all. Nothing to do with guns. Well, I did go past. I went to Walmart yesterday. All they had on their bullets on the shelf was 22 LR, and I couldn't see the price. But anyway, where I was going, I actually got a shopping cart and actually walked around Walmart yesterday. The first time since I've been here. In 2.5 years. Mind you, I would have to stop every now and then, and I would walk down a couple of aisles getting my groceries. And when I come down the end where because they have the chest freezers along down the middle of the aisle or whatever, I would lean against them for a few minutes, to rest my back and catch my breath. And old ladies kept coming up to me asking me if I'm all right, Yeah.
See, Rob's just trying to show off, man, but he's really on a scooter too, man. See how fast he's starting to go?
Yeah.
No. Quickest way to get up a hill is just to get it over with.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, I appreciate it, guys, in the chat there. Yeah. I mean, my hip doesn't hurt at all. Walking is my back, and which is a lot better than it was. But as I've been telling you for weeks, the last couple of weeks, I am so out of shape that it's embarrassing, because I'll get there and I'll walk a little while, then I start breathing like I'm having an asthma attack, But it's getting better. I'm walking further than I have been, so it's it's getting better. So that's good. So I didn't get to go shooting because it rained on Thursday. Friday, yesterday I got paid, so I was a one-day millionaire. I had to go grocery shopping, so I made the trip to Walmart, and got what I needed. Then come home, and so that's what's been happening with me. And hopefully I can go to the gun store. I'm going to go shooting this week, but I'm going to hopefully get to the gun store this week before all my money goes, and buy some ammo if they have any. So anyway, Squibs joined us, by the way. I don't know if any of you guys noticed he joined the panel here. How you doing, Squib?
Doing all right, man. What's this walking out in the woods crap? Anybody can go walking in the woods any day. That's boring.
Well, he comes from the city, so it's a novel to him.
Yeah, he probably sees a tree and goes, "Wow, what's that?"
He's plotting out an ambush point.
You know.
Yeah,
The
that's
different
squid.
is maybe he was out on a boat today or something. That might be more fun.
Oh, I tried.
Yeah, you know what you need to do, Rob? You need to go stick your hand in that lake and see how cold the water is. With it being a glacier lake, it's probably gonna be colder than any other water you've ever
Yeah.
done that with.
Yeah.
How
The
cold
governor
was it?
said no boat.
You put your hand in, right?
Didn't seem bad, but I was right on the edge of the shallow.
Lady says it didn't seem bad. She was on the edge in the shallow though. So
Yeah, shallow. Yeah, you gotta be out deeper in the water. You get some of those glacier lakes. You put your hand in the middle. You know, like if you're out in the middle of the lake, you put your hand in there, and the water will be like 50 degrees. It's like really bone chilling cold in those glacier lakes.
Hey, Black Cat Outdoors out there in the chat. I did send you a link, by the way, in your email, unless your email has, whatever email I got for you. So, yeah, I think actually on my normal link that I send out, my normal email, I have, I believe it's 21 email addresses I send to every show, Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I don't mind when I'm using the chamber because you can have, up to 10 to 15 people in there. But here on the duck, I can only have 6. And one of them's including me, unless you want to pay. And I don't want to pay. But right now we're doing good. I still got, what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I still got another space left if anybody shows up. All right. Hey, I just happened to also read today, or was it yesterday? I can't remember, that Facebook has banned Trump for 2 years. 2 more years.
Yeah, of course they did. Why wouldn't they?
They just ain't never gonna learn, are they?
No. Oh, there's also a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not, but there's also a rumor because it was on some podcast or radio show he was on or something. Maybe he might run for a Congress seat for Florida, and try to become the Speaker of the House.
He's going to pull an Andrew Johnson?
Yeah. So. But actually, I didn't know this. I was reading up on this. They said it's very unlikely. But if the Republicans win back the House, right, they could vote him in as the Speaker. You do under the law. I don't know what law it's constitutional or
there's
Congress there. They can. You do not have to be a sitting congressman to hold the House Speaker spot.
Yeah, there's nothing in the Constitution that says you actually have to be a member of Congress to hold the Speaker of the House position.
Yeah, so that's another angle they're looking at. If the Republicans take it back with the big majority, they're vote him in as House Speaker.
Yeah, you just have to have somebody nominate you.
Oh, I reckon he can get somebody to nominate him. Some of them on the fringe there, like Green and the wild ones on the Republican side. So, yeah, because Green still walks around. She still wears a mask when they have to wear them in there. It says Trump won. Yeah, I saw a picture of her in the newspaper or online newspaper the other day with her wearing it. So that's good. Anyway, I just happened to notice that today. Oh, also, because payday was yesterday, and I got people to send me a link for that charging handle, and that one they said it was $10.99 or whatever it was. Normal price was $40. It was on sale because it was the paint work or whatever coating they put on it was slightly blemished. That's why it was selling. That's why it was selling so cheap. But they're sold out. I went to buy one this morning, and they're all out of stock. So anyway, there we go. So I just thought I'd mention that.
Yeah, it's not surprising, to be honest with you. something
No.
that costs $50 marked down to 10. Yeah, they're not going to last long.
I know. I mean, I know it was wishful thinking of me that it still might be available a couple of days later, but hey, if anybody, because be honest with you, I mean, this kind of stuff, I don't, and I know Rob's going to jump in here, but I normally don't have a stash of cash available because I live from paycheck to paycheck, basically, since I'm not getting that $15 an hour.
Shame on you.
But I'm not getting $15 an hour either, So, are you here, Squib? Because I've lost your icon. Squib. No, he must have lost him. Let me remove him, see if he comes back. All right. So, I don't know if he's going to come back or not. Don't know how this works. I'm clicking on the little 3 dots near his name here, and it says edit name. I don't want to do that. Kick from studio or ban from studio. Well, I don't want to ban him. But kick from studio. I mean, will he be allowed back in if I kick him from the studio?
Whatever he did, he's already gone. He's not on the list anymore.
Oh, but he's still, yeah, okay, yeah. You
put him in the back room.
But on my screen down the bottom where you
he's
normally pop up.
He's out there in the YouTube chat. He said he was there, but you dumped him.
You didn't answer me. Come back in, and I'll put you back in, Squib. Please. I didn't dump you on purpose. I thought you were gone.
Yeah, we thought you had technical difficulties.
Yeah, Rick found somebody else. He doesn't want you anymore. You're not his type anymore.
Yeah.
He dumped him right the day before the prom.
See what happens? Talking crap about the boats. Poetic justice.
Okay. Are you there, Squib?
Yeah, I'm there. You know what? Not all of us can reach the mute button because, some of us do things instead of just sitting there running a show. I'm sorry, both hands were full. Talk to me, Squib. You're too impatient, Rick. Damn.
Now, see what made me think you were also gone was when a few minutes ago we had your icon there with you in your pink shirt. Now there's nothing, just a round circle.
I can see it here on my screen. I don't know what to tell you. It could be the signal strength. I don't know. I didn't create StreamYard. I don't know, but you want to kick me from the show just because I don't answer you? I mean, what the hell, man?
I didn't kick you on purpose. I thought you were disconnected. The internet disconnected you.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a purpose. Anyway, what I wanted to ask you was, I'm assuming you heard us talking about ammo. The average, Midway's charging $15 a box for 223. Is that still too expensive for you? He's doing it on purpose now. Not. Oh, all right. Who else has joined us? Now he's left me.
He may have dropped that time.
He done that on purpose. Yeah. Oh man. All right. Anyway, let's hope he comes back.
Talk to me, Squib. Oh wait, no, he's gone.
He's totally gone. He's where I was going. He's not even on the bottom of my screen where you show up and I click you to join the chat.
I blame this whole thing on Night Strike.
Yes, it is nice. So Squib's in it. I got better shit to do than this show. Okay. All right. Yeah. Anyway, where were we?
I don't know.
No, I don't know either. So there was so I was talking about what for a little thing with Squib there. I was talking about charging handles. That's right. It sold out. So, but you're right. The cheapest I could find, I think, is about $40. you know, and I don't want to pay $40 for charging handle, so I'll just wait. Well, I say I'll just wait. I said I won't pay it. I will, but I got to finish paying the rest of my bills first and see how much actual free cash I have left. Then we go from there. That's how I have to do it. You know, so
Yep, I'm pretty much the same boat, so don't feel bad.
yeah. Oh, Squiblow's giving me a thumbs down. All right. That's okay. No problem. I don't mind.
Yeah, he's just mad you didn't take him to the prom. That's all.
I know. So, yeah, it's okay.
Did you deny his credit card?
Yes.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah. A misunderstanding. That's all it was.
They had a quarrel, a lover's spat. Now his letters keep coming back.
Actually, talking about that, I went to a gas station yesterday. $2.99.9 is a gallon is what the average around here is. Pulled into the gas station. It's one of these now that it's associated with the is it IGA supermarket chain or whatever they're called. And so there's nobody working it. Like there used to be a little booth there with somebody in there. Nobody's working it. It's all automated. So I stick my card in. It says pull it out. You pull it out, and it comes up and it asks for your zip code. You put that in there. You hit enter, and it says read error. And I thought, what the hell? But then I hear my phone because I have notification from my credit card anytime anything happens to it, that it notifies me. And so my phone notifies me something happened. And I looked, and they had charged me $100 because they normally what they do is they charge your card $100. Then when you fill up, if you only put $50 in there, the charge goes down to 50. You know, it's weird how they do it, but anyway, it wouldn't let me. It keep accepting my card. So I went, you son of a bitch. I pulled over into the parking lot. I thought, damn, I'm going to have to go in there and raise hell. But I went on my phone and went to my bank account, and they had removed the $100 charge, so everything was okay. So then I went to the next gas station because they're all the same price. Went to the next gas station, put my card in, filled up, no problem.
You know, all the time around here, I mean, like all the time, they discover those card readers stuck on the gas pumps where somebody's stealing your card info.
Yeah.
Find them all the time here. And when they find them in spells. Like if they find one at one gas station, they'll go check 10 gas stations, find 10 of them.
Yeah. Oh, Squib said that he's got to go move all his damn 5.56 ammo out of the way.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. All right. Instead of moving it, why don't you shoot it? Yeah. Why waste it? You can't take it with you when you die. You know, because your coffin will be too heavy. But then if you get cremated,
supposed to be willing that to me.
Then if you get cremated, it will all explode.
You cremate him and bury the ammo.
You know, talking about that, they found a 370 odd 50 cal in England at American base RA. It's actually RAF Lakenheath. The U.S. Air Force has held that base since the war. There's been Americans on there since the war. They've never let go of it. But they were building a new runway or a new airport building or something, and they dug up 370 World War II 50 cal. They destroyed them all. So
yeah, it probably won't be the best idea to try shooting it.
Yeah.
No respect for history.
Yeah, but
nice wall hangers though.
No,
Yeah.
well, that's what I thought. But the
Well,
article
but if it's
said,
just the ammo.
that's what they used to do back in those days when they wanted to get rid of live ammo. They just bury it. You know, so and that's what the military did there.
Mhm.
You know, in the 40s, they buried this stuff.
That was their idea of a permanent solution.
Yeah. So that's a little article I happened to read. All right, who else we got? Let's see who's in the chat there. Anybody? Squib say any more? Nope. Squib must be moving his 5.56 out of the way. He's not talking, so he must have gone.
They
No.
they have an old. We had a munitions factory here during the war, and the Army had owned all this property for years, and they finally sold it and gave it away. Oh, they gave it away so you could build a school. Okay.
Yeah.
Problem is, they buried so much garbage in the ground out here. It's a mile long. The building was a mile long. Okay, well, the series of buildings where they built bombs, bullets, everything out here. They also used the paint, the glow in the dark paint that they made wristwatches out of back during the war. They buried all this crap in the ground out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, anywhere around there, anybody there or whatever, you got a strong chance of dying of cancer or leukemia being out there. They gave that land knowing we were going to build a little elementary school there. And like they discovered here, not, after so many years, like the average of children here with dying of leukemia, well, you really don't survive leukemia, but the children having it, like the national average was like 1,000 times more than any place else. You know what I mean? We had like 18 children here with leukemia at one time, all from that same school.
Yeah, but back, I mean, when did it close down and when did they bury it?
Oh, well, they buried everything, back in the 40s and 50s.
Yeah, see, they didn't understand that shit back then.
Yeah. Yeah, but the kids and everything were sick here 10 years ago. The government knew in plenty of time there was a problem. They tried everything they could to avoid taking the blame for it. So they end up just buying land 4 or 5 miles away and paying to have a new school built there. But the factories that went in there, all the employees, a huge percentage of all the employees there have developed cancer.
Oh,
and they end up shutting down those factories out there, and you can't work there. They totally poisoned that whole ground everywhere, and they really don't take responsibility for it.
Wow. I mean, it's a shame that they don't take responsibility. It's a shame that they
shuffled the blame off of themselves.
Yeah, and they won't pay the millions of dollars it would take to clean it up.
The factories out there, they're having to pay their employees, right? Almost all the employees out there left their jobs and took settlements, but their health is affected. But the school children, they really didn't do anything about it. Nobody got to sue and get a settlement or anything like that. They just quietly bought another piece of land and built you a new school and closed that one. And I actually lived out there for about 6 months, like right across the street in like the only farmhouse on the whole road. And they came out and put a sign right in my front yard, like a few feet off of the road's always a ditch. You know what I mean? The water kind of goes down in the ditch. They come put a sign like that right in my front yard that said, warning, EPA warning, do not play or go in the ditch. They didn't want you getting in contact with the runoff water coming from that area. I was like, well, that's nice.
That's going to help your house price, isn't it? When you go sell. Yeah. Oh, Two Live Moose says that radium isotope, I think that's how you pronounce it, that they use in a watch style paint has half-life of 1,600 years.
Yeah, that's what they blamed a lot of it on, that paint.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
built bombs out there. My grandma worked out there and built bombs for the airplanes. There's just no telling what's all in that ground out there.
Yeah, but that's what you used to do in those days. Just dig a hole and bury it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's probably the paint that did that because that stuff's radioactive. That's why it glowed the way it did.
Yeah.
That stuff's nasty.
Yeah, there's info on that about the ladies that used to do the dials on the compasses and things like that for the military. How after work, weekends, they would basically do their nails with it and things like that. Little body tattoos to go out on the weekend, not knowing that, it was harming them. Besides licking their fingers, there's like a documentary thing on it I seen a while ago. So pretty interesting, pretty sad, but pretty interesting.
Okay. To be considered safe, a radioactive isotope has to go through 10 half-lives. All right. So there's some info for you. So, I'm trying to stay off of politics, by the way. I don't know if you noticed. Because it just gets everybody all irate.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize the tritium that's in your night sights on your firearm, that's radioactive. That's what makes it glow.
Don't chew on your sights.
Yeah. Keep your sights out of your mouth. Wash your hands.
Don't break them.
Yeah, that's what those numbers are on the sides of your night sights. Some of its code tells the manufacturer when it was made, and other ones is like, the government's a warning label, like for the ingredients.
All right. Yeah, so I got to finish tidying up my room here because I made this big change, but I haven't finished the floor. I got stuff all over the floor here. I got a little path from the door to my chair here, but I got boxes and garbage bags full of trash that I got to take out of here. I was just thinking about that because I think he's not here, but I think it was Willed and Well Armed asked me to do a video of my room once I got it done, and I ain't finished it yet. Look, I even got a cloth over this because I was going to go do some reloading the other day, and I got a little bit of powder left in there. I need to tip that back in the jar. I was trying to keep it dark because
What kind of stand is that press sitting on? Is that one of those Lee triangle stands?
Yeah.
And that goes chest high? It's on the ground, right?
Yeah, it's on the ground, yeah. Yeah, it's chest high. It's perfect for doing it, Sit right here and do it. Normally I have it when I had it before, it was sitting here on this side, but I can handle it on this side. It all works. Just gotta get it coordinated a bit better. But that's it. So that's my oops, just lost my lid. Went on the floor. There it is. But I'll pick it up in a second. Let me get it. Oh, there it is. Yeah. I'll get that out of there. But yeah, that's my powder thingy. I had it. So you just unscrew it and tip it out. And once I get the other, like my other, let's see if I can. Let's see. This is my. What's this one? This is my 380. Yeah. So what you would do? I've got it right here. So this one right here. That's what this screws into, where I can do the powder. And then once I put it on here, all I got to do is let's see if I can get it around here. It's got this knob right here that I turn to get the how much powder I want to put in each one. I have to mess around with it, 3 or 4 loads till I get the right measurement. Because you look at the dial and you turn it to that number. when you crank it, that it doesn't always come out what that dial says. But once you get it cranked in, it stays there. You know, once I got the amount of powder I want, it works beautiful. So, you know, 4 moves and I got a bullet. That's what I like about it. Oh, also this white thing, I don't know if you can see it, this white thing here, that's what my primers go on this thing up here. I got them sitting over here. That's this thing here. It clips into here. You know, then when it's done, you know, primer comes out of there. It pops the old primer out, puts a new one in. Go over there, put the powder in, seats the bullet on that one, crimps it on that one, and when it comes down, you got your bullet. So that's how you know. Oops. Okay, that's my reloading demo. So there we go. Yeah, but that's one of those. I think this whole setup cost me. It was under $400, including the stand. You know, and it's got a thing. You're meant to put a oh hell, what do you call them? I call it a breeze block. I think that's an English word for it. Those concrete blocks that are big and got holes in them. You know, what the hell do you call them?
Cinder block.
Cinder block, that's the word. Yeah, it's got 2 metal things down at the very bottom. You're meant to put a cinder block in it to give it weight, for when you pull it, you know, it doesn't tip it, it doesn't move. But I've got an ammo can sitting here full of bullets and stuff like that. So that's where the weight's holding it down. So that's what I'm using. You know, so there we go. That's mine, and that's what I'm sticking to. So. Okay. Yeah. Mind you, this camera is really good. You can see my my axe or hatchet or whatever I got sitting on a windowsill. You know, I didn't see it. I forgot that was there. So there we go.
Here, Rick.
Yeah.
I didn't have time this morning because I had to go to work, but I'll try Monday or Tuesday to get this mailed out to you.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Oops, hang on a minute. Who we got down here? Oh, okay, great.
That's the right deal, right?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I can put my 223 set up in there, and I'm good to go. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work great. Appreciate it. So.
It's one of them deals too. They don't let you get one from Midway. I don't know if it's still like that or not.
Well, reload supplies are, you know,
they come and they go.
Mind you, there's still no primers out there, not online anyway. They're like gold dust. You know.
Yeah, my shop had bullets today, but they only had like 1 or 2 powders. And for a long time, they've had nothing but shotgun primers.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a while before primers come back in. Oh, Black Cat Outdoors says, I'm waiting to see Bigfoot on Rob D's camera. Well,
Yeah,
he could be out there.
Yeah, there's too many people. They scare him off.
Yeah. But he could be standing out. But he could be standing out in the woods. You know, that's why you don't see them, because they camouflage in so well.
Yeah, you could have walked right on by him, man.
They're the hide and seek champions of the world, for crying out loud. No.
Hey, you can also
Blend in.
But the government said UFOs are real now, so they're pretty soon they'll be saying Bigfoot's real or Sasquatch.
I thought we were avoiding politics.
Yeah, hold on, Rich. Don't get all excited. Well, let's see the alien evidence first before we make a decision.
Hey, they have like a Sasquatch museum. There's towns named after it.
Yeah,
They have crossing signs. There's all types of stuff out there.
he's got his own beef jerky and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Mothman has a museum too. You
Yeah.
go to Point Pleasant, West Virginia. There's an actual Mothman museum.
Yeah, and actually,
Just for the
there's
crazy.
an actual what's called it? Oh, what the hell's the word for it? Sitting out in the middle of the street too, isn't there? A monument.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Now Mothman ain't real, but Sasquatch is.
You know, the term Bigfoot.
Well, we've all
to
seen
me-
Yankee. So.
the term Bigfoot all of a sudden to me seems kind of racist, doesn't it? You're not calling him normal foot, calling him Bigfoot. You know what I mean? So
Because they got big
kind
feet.
of racist.
When you wear a size 25 shoe, Jason, I mean, what else are you going to call the person?
That's bigophobic, man. That's bigophobic. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. I mean, and everybody knows, according to the commercial of Progressive Insurance, his name's Daryl. You know?
Well, he had his own movie, man. His name was Harry.
Yeah. But I mean, name Bigfoot. Really, it's I don't like saying it too much because to me it makes it sound funny.
Indigenous
Well,
woodsman.
technically, that was. I was gonna say technically that was back to the Patterson and Gilden or whatever films. Basically, is when it related back to around Bigfoot, so 70s and whatnot. I think before that it was like Grass Man, Wild Man, all that type of stuff. So
Yeah.
depending on region and time frame, there's lots of different names. Yowie, Sasquatch, all that crap. You can see it in old news reports. It's usually referred to as a hairy wild man. That's abnormally tall, all that stuff. So
There's a YouTube. Yeah, go on, Rich.
I was going to say the term Bigfoot. There's actually newspapers from the 1800s that use that. I don't know if you've ever seen the Arizona Ghost Riders channel.
Yeah,
but he did a story on. He did shows a couple years ago back around Halloween on different monster things and stuff from the Wild West. And one of the newspapers he had, they were talking about the Sasquatch and all that other stuff, and it actually said Bigfoot in that article going all the way back to the 1800s about them.
yeah.
Maybe, but from what I hear, it's more common more recently. So, but obviously, if you see it, it does look like a Bigfoot. So,
I mean, it's a big foot. Whenever you see those guys where they go out there and they get those plaster casts that what do they always have? It's a big foot.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying there's a YouTube channel called howtohunt.com. And that he started, he's a Canadian up in British Columbia, up in the mountains there in the Rockies. And he actually has he has howtohunt.com. Then he has another YouTube channel where he originally started, he done hunting videos, teaching people how to hunt and stuff like this, outdoor stuff. Then one day he got a question. Somebody asked him, has he ever seen Bigfoot? And he said yes. Right? Then from then on, people started writing to him. Now he gets about 1,500 to 2,000 emails a week from people who have cited Bigfoot. Now, give credit. Maybe a bunch of those are crazy people sitting on their computer in their mom's basement, typing up a bunch of bullshit about Bigfoot, seeing them. But so he's been doing this for over a year now, so he's had tens of thousands of emails. Not every one of them can be made up, those stories. Not every one of them. Sorry, I just don't see it.
Hey, you got joined out there by G23 and Echo the Bunny Man, Echo's Reloading channel.
Yeah.
And Black Cat got a little offended when I used the word hairy. I apologize.
Yeah, from his comment, it sounds like he's a Bigfoot. He says he's probably abundant. So
Non-species specific, binary, indigenous woodsman.
Yeah. Yeah. So
An undocumented visitor.
that's right. That's right.
no, those are from Mexico.
You know. So I mean, it's put it this way. I'm not denying there isn't one, but I'm not saying there is one. You know what I'm saying? I got an open mind on it. So that's all I'm saying.
Now, if we do find a colony of Bigfoots, do we have to deport them all back to Canada?
More than likely.
All we gotta do is register them to vote.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they don't need no voter ID. We're moving to a state where they don't need voter ID. So would you believe this? What's his name? Any of you ever? What the hell is that guy's name? Let me find it. Where in the hell is it? It's on here. Yeah, Dr. John Lott on his crime prevention research center.com. I think it's crimeresearch.org is his thing, and he's a research guy. I mean, listening to him and reading some of his stuff can get monotonous, but he looks into everything. Facts and figures and percentages and everything else. And oh hell, hang on. Let me see if I can word it. Let me see if I word it right. Oh yeah, about voter ID. He done a where is it now? Did I lose it? Oh man. Okay, he done a thing in Europe. Oh yeah. Out of 40 voting regulations in Europe and developing countries, 46 of the 47 European countries require photo ID. And the only one that doesn't, would you believe, is the United Kingdom.
Well, you don't even have to go to Europe. I mean, if you remember when Georgia passed their voter ID law, you had Major League Baseball pull the All-Star game from Atlanta and put it in Denver. Colorado has stricter voter ID laws than what was passed in Georgia already on the books.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. It really is. But where I'm going is, but so voter ID, I don't see a problem with it myself whatsoever.
No, you should have to prove who you are when you go to vote.
Yeah, well, you have to use your ID when you do anything.
Yeah,
I remember registering with the doctor.
What if people are too dumb to get an ID?
Well, then they're too dumb to get welfare too, because you got to have an ID to get welfare.
They're smart enough to get that stimulus.
They probably shouldn't vote anyway, right?
So no, I mean, but they're all saying, of course, what was the late? Is it Texas? Is the latest one that doing tightening up on the voting regulations in the state or whatever, and of course they're oppressing voters. All they're oppressing is illegal immigrants.
Yeah, apparently they didn't make a big deal about it here in West Virginia, but when we went to vote back in November, we had to show an ID.
Yeah, we have to in Indiana here too. Which I think is
in New York, unfortunately.
Do what?
So we didn't in New York, unfortunately.
Well, you could have gone. You could have gone to a couple of different voting stations and voted 2 or 3 times, Rob.
Maybe. I mean, I had to give them my name, and they found me on the book. So I doubt I could. I
Okay,
don't
but
know. Maybe. I don't know.
can
Not
you
something I try to do, so I don't know.
can you do same day voting in New York? That's the
Same
biggest.
day vote?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you registered to vote for the first time ever and then voted on that same day.
Some states
That I don't know. Not sure.
Yeah, there was a lady that was in front of me and mine when we went to vote, and she gave them her ID, and it didn't match up with the record that they had on her, and she hadn't voted in over 8 years. If you don't vote under West Virginia law within 2 presidential elections, you have to re-register. So they gave her a form to register in a provisional ballot. After she cast her provisional ballot, they put it in a pile of ballots that said do not count.
yeah.
Basically, they gave her the provisional ballot to shut her ass up.
Yeah, they would have counted her vote though if the election was like super close though, right? The provisional.
Her vote wouldn't have counted at all because under West Virginia law, you cannot register the same day you vote.
Oh, okay. Well,
They
around
just handed
here,
her one. Yeah, they didn't want to argue with anybody, so they just gave them a provisional ballot and then put it in the box that said "do not count."
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they changed it this last election here or not, but I always was told like your mail-in ballots and your stuff like that, they didn't really count them here unless there was only like a 1% difference or something in the candidates. I mean,
Yeah, that was the what did they call it?
pre-COVID though, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They're the absentee ballots. Those don't really get counted unless it's a real close election. But usually that'll be like something local. Very rarely is the presidential election close enough to where the those ballots count, which is why there was a big fight about those in Florida under Gore and Bush, if you remember, along with the hanging chads. That was one of the things they were fighting over was the absentee ballots because the vote in Florida was so damn close in 2000.
Yeah, it was. Oh, I'm totally doing a 180 on the chat here. Just wanted to mention, people, I went to my doctor on Thursday for my 3-month, blood work for my diabetes and check out how I'm doing and everything else. I had to sit there for 10 minutes while he gave me why I should have the COVID vaccine shot speech again. He told me about it. He done the speech 3 months ago, and he done it again to me. I said, I ain't taking it. I said, I'm not taking it. And 2,
you ask him what type of commission he gets?
I said, until it's finally approved. Right now, the FDA or whatever you call them approved it under an emergency situation. So I am not taking it. I said, plus I don't trust the government either. But where I was going with this is they weighed me. Mind you, it's pretty sad. I've only lost about 8 pounds in 3 months since they last weighed me. So, I've been slipping a little. But they done my blood work and they called me up on Friday afternoon and told me my actual A1C is what they use for diabetes. It's when they somehow through your blood, they can backtrack 3 or 4 months worth of stuff. And the 3 months ago, I was 6.1, which is damn good. If you're under 7, you're doing good. But I've lost weight, but my A1C's gone up. I'm 6.6 this time. So, Oh, I said, oh, well. I said, I'm still under. He said, the doctor said, he said, no changes because you're still under the 7. He said, but so we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Well, what about maybe 8-10 months ago, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris said they weren't going to take that vaccine. No. So, for one rare occasion, I'm going to do exactly what they told me to. Not take it.
Hey, how's it going?
What is going on?
Ain't a long time since you've been in the chat here.
Yeah, I saw you on and I figured I'd jump in and say hello. I've been trying to reach out to all the different gun communities that are little sects and trying to get everyone to join together and help push back the ATF and what they've been up to. I know you had a show on it, but I just wanted to hit that real quick.
Oh, on the where they're redoing the definition.
Yes, where they would require basically, millions of gun owners to either destroy, uh, re-register their upper receivers as firearms and change the definition of what a firearm is so that they can manipulate polymer 80 builders and fellas that like to build their own firearms from the house, like myself. It's a big deal. G Webs has been doing a thing on it. I've been covering a lot of it along with DJ Play Nice and G23. It's a big problem when you have law enforcement agencies writing law for us when they're only supposed to be enforcing law that's made by Congress and the president.
Yeah, but what worries me on this is that I'm going back to, what was it, the bump stocks, right? When they had that open session there for us to, what's called, oh, hang on a minute, got issues here. Oh, froze for a second there. The comment section's open, but are they really going to pay any attention to that? Or they just, I got this feeling they've only opened it to sort of like appease us, but their mind's already made up what they're going to do.
That's always a possibility, Rick. The thing is, it's our really only legal action we can do at this point is to get the number of people that we need to have sign that petition. And then if they go ahead through with changing the definition, we can tie them up in court for the next 10 years if we have to, because you've set the groundwork as a stable foundation by appeasing the number of requests that they need on their form so that they know people are not going to sit down and take this laying down and just go ahead and pay. I mean, think about this for a second. If everybody in the country had to serialize their upper receivers on their AR-15s, that would generate backups where you would be given a time limit in which you are able to abide by the new law, which would be serialize your upper receiver in any handgun that you manufactured or rifle and serialize it, and then go to your FFL, fill out a 4473 and have a background check done. And literally that would cost me probably close to $1,000, maybe $1,200 with the amount of AR-15s I have, not to mention just absolutely an unconstitutional way of getting around the way our system works. There's a reason why we have a House, a Senate, and a president, and they all have a judiciary system of our government. It's so each branch can check the other branches what they're doing, so that one bad apple can't ruin the whole barrel. And all we have to do is make these comments, and I know people get uneasy leaving their name and their address or what have you on a government website, but if you have a cell phone in your pocket, you're already being tracked and traced, and you're paying for it. So there shouldn't be too much of a worry there.
Yeah. Also, talking about that. Also, if you drive a car and you got a driving license, the government knows all about you anyway.
Yeah.
You know, but I totally understand. But I noticed also that I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think what YouTube I was watching, but somebody was showing that like say 100,000 people wrote in, but they've only approved say 40,000 of them. You know, because somebody's reading them, and if they don't like what you, if it's, I guess if you're vulgar or not going off topic, they don't accept it.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't sound like freedom of speech.
You know, but no, but they do not. Somebody reads them or something because it doesn't. When you type it and hit send, it doesn't show up automatically. It takes a day or so for it to show up there if it gets accepted.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mr. Government, whether you like my letter or not, my voice needs to be counted.
Amen. Everyone's voice needs to be heard, whether it's for or against. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's why our governor just recently signed a bill in a law in our state that if anyone in Florida has a YouTube channel or a social media account and they get bullied or get a strike against them for something legal like firearms, or gets kicked off of their completely eliminated their website, they can sue whichever big tech company is responsible. Like YouTube, it'd be Google, and they can sue for up to $100,000. Now that doesn't seem like a lot of money at first, but you got to understand Google's office is in California. California state penal code requires Google, every time I get a lawyer in the state of Florida and I file a charge of discrimination against Google, they have to, by state law, get a lawyer, have him represent that case. If you have 20, 30,000 people filing claims, that's 20, 30,000 lawyers at a substantial cost, higher than $100,000 a pop. Plus, if it goes on, our state's attorney can get involved and fine Google or whichever big tech company it is $250,000 a day. And we wrote the first bill. Texas is getting one, and so is so far West Virginia. People are tired of big tech telling them what they can say, what they can do when it's totally legal and protected under the First Amendment. And they have special privileges to protect them from things that we may post or say. And you can't have it both ways. You're either a public access panel where everybody can come and participate, or you're a private entity that doesn't need the protections given to you by our government because you're not a platform for everyone. You've singled yourself out. You're a private entity, and you don't get the tax breaks. You don't get the 501c. You lose all of that. So finally, somebody is making a step to make sure that we don't have to hide in the corners like cockroaches if somebody turns on a light.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Florida, your governor down there is doing some good stuff with that kind of stuff, you know. But here's a question for you, the panel. Okay, you're getting states, some have even passed laws or whatever, saying that the state is not going to help any federal organization, you know, or not going to recognize any illegal unconstitutional gun laws or whatever that are passed. Now, Now, going back to the Civil War, because the South lost and the North won, basically didn't states' rights get kicked to the curb, and the federal government trumps the states every time? Or did I misunderstand my history?
Yeah, no, that didn't happen. States still have the right on certain things. There's this. In fact, there is Supreme Court jurisprudence that states that the states do not have to cooperate with the feds. That the feds cannot force state, local, and county law enforcement to assist them, which is one of the things that these laws that they're passing, saying that they're not going to do the bidding of the ATF, come from.
Yeah, but see, yes, which I think is if there was a law. I mean, if that's a federal thing, or the Supreme Court said that, but where what's it's going to come down to is the federal government gives the local sheriff's department or the state, the locals, the state troopers and all that. The federal government gives them money, gives them guns, gives them
funding. Yeah. But Rick, you got to understand though, the sheriff's department is the highest law enforcement agency where you live. They're an elected official. They are not appointed by your governor, your mayor, or anything like that. They, in turn, because of the age of the sheriff's department in our country, they could very easily turn to independent sponsors for money. The Orlando Sheriff's Department, Orange County Sheriff's Department in Orlando, Florida, they got a private citizen that passed away, left millions of dollars to the sheriff's department that paid for all their Beretta 92s that they were issued. Before that, they had to buy their own guns, and they had different deputies with different types of guns. They couldn't share magazines and whatnot. So they all went to the Beretta 92, whether you like that or not. That's really not important. But what I'm saying is these local sheriff agencies, when people get scared, you've seen when they started talking about defunding police, even Democrats started buying guns because people aren't stupid. They realize if there's less foot boots on the ground patrolling and being seen, there's more crime that's going to happen. It's already happening in these cities that are run by Democrats that are trying to suppress their police departments. But to get what you were saying, the officers could very easily ask for help from their communities. And sheriffs are in touch with their communities. They're not unknown to come out and actually be in the community. They're not like the police chief that you never have seen and never will see until next time they're up for election, or appointment rather. It's a different scene. At least it is in Florida and the southern states. I know sheriffs hold a lot of weight, and I do believe it's that way across the country.
No, it wholly depends on the state. Being originally from Pennsylvania, if you go to Allegheny County where Pittsburgh is, the sheriff's department there is mainly just a correctional institution. They really don't have any law enforcement authority there. It's all the law enforcement authority there lies with the city police in Pittsburgh itself. Then each township has their own police department.
No, I mean, I guess it's different to different areas, different states. But what was it? I was watching was it Guns and Gadgets? Wasn't there some? I'm trying to think where in hell it was, where the captain in the sheriff's department got fired because he's also a state representative, and he wanted to do constitutional carry.
Yeah, that was in Alabama, in
Yeah.
Mobile, Alabama, Mobile County, which isn't surprising because that is one of the few lefty areas that are in Alabama. So I wasn't surprised when they showed that the sheriff fired the guy.
The heart of the South.
And if people are saying that he should sue, but the problem with that is going to be the fact that Alabama is one of the states where your employer doesn't have to have a reason to fire you. They can fire you for whatever reason they deem fit, and there's not anything you can do about it.
That's how it is in the South. It's in Florida that way too. And let me remind everybody, I live in Florida, and it's the most southern state of the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah, and we got that in West Virginia too, because I got fired. I was under doctor's care, and I was out with strep throat and the doctor said, if you have strep throat, that's highly contagious. You cannot work. I was fired by my employer for not being able to work, and I called an attorney because I was going to sue because I was under doctor's care. They said because West Virginia does not require the employers to give a valid reason for you to be terminated, I would have had to have had a contract with the employer stating that they can't fire you for being sick. And since the employer, there was no contract stating such, I didn't have a right to sue for wrongful termination under West Virginia law.
Yeah. I understand. What you call it? Believe it or not, Rhode Island's like that too. And when I got hurt, and at work, I was on workers' comp for a year when I got hurt because of my hand and stuff. And luckily, during that year time frame, I got notified I was going to get disability. But once the doctor signed me off of workers' comp, they let me go. I wasn't going to go back anyway because I was getting disability. But
yeah,
they were going to they were doing that. They were just letting me go.
Yeah, that happened to my uncle. That happened to my uncle in Pennsylvania. But Pennsylvania doesn't have that statute. So my uncle was able to sue, and he took that company to the cleaners when they pulled that crap with him because he was out on workman's comp. They brought him back to work at a desk job just so they could fire him and try and get around not being able to fire him because he was on workman's comp. And yeah, he won quite a large sum of money from them.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine had a similar lawsuit. Here in Ohio, they have the same thing. Employers can pretty much just fire you for anything they make up. You have no protection. But in workman's comp's a different situation. But I had a good friend that got hurt at work and had some surgeries and stuff, and he got fired from his job while he was on the medical leave, which you can't do. So he turned around to sue them. And I tell you what, he won the case, but he went to court easily 6 or 7, maybe 8 years to get to it. And they schedule all these crazy little court hearings and everything that you get prepared for that only last 5 minutes. And if you ever skip any of them, they'll throw your case out.
Yeah.
And he suffered through it for, like I said, close to maybe even 8 years. And when he finally got a large settlement, his lawyer took like almost all of it. I mean, not just like 20% or anything. He took like more than half.
Yeah. What they do is the way they get you on that is if you're going up against a huge company and they may pay out a couple $100,000. That's not a big deal to them. They'll have an attorney tie you up in court and try to get you to miss one of those required meeting appointments. You'll end up going to the courthouse, waiting 3 hours to see a judge for 5 minutes worth of your attorney talking, and then you just don't say a word. You stand up, the judge leaves, and you leave. That's all it is, and it's constant like that. And some states are doing things to keep you from having to go through that kind of stuff. But most lawsuits, anybody will tell you, if you're trying to sue someone and they're clearly in the wrong, they're going to do everything just to delay payment. And that may be 8 to 10 years. They're hoping you'll die first before they have to pay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Wilma Arms joined us in the chat here in the Panel, how you doing? I better not say anything because he might get mad like Squib.
My uncle's case, the company settled real quick. He settled for like $4 million, and what happened was somebody had hit him at work. He worked at metal processing plant outside of Pittsburgh, and somebody hit him with a forklift, and then
Wow.
it messed his back up and everything. He went through multiple back surgeries and everything. And when they brought him back and they fired him, they were clearly in the wrong. They did one court appearance and settled for $4 million. He was asking for 20. They settled for 4. He's like, I'm taking it. He went and bought himself a house out in the country, and just sits around and relaxes and everything. But became an alcoholic, and everything because of that, because the pain medications they were giving him weren't doing the job, so he started drinking whiskey real bad. It almost cost him his marriage and everything.
I can believe it. I can believe it. Well, anyway, it's almost 4:30, and I haven't done my quiz yet. So let me get that out of the way. And, oh, damn it. Come on, open up. All right. It was a real easy one. And my question I asked was, in the movie Big Jake, what was the breed of the dog? What was the dog's name? And what was the dog's real name? And it's a rough collie. Now, for that dark color, they dyed him or painted him. They made him look darker than he was. But in the movie, his name was Dog. And I gave you the answer in my question to you. But he went by the name of Dog, and in real life, his name was Laddie. And just a bit extra, he was trained by the father and son team that trained the original Lassie from the movies. Because Lassie was a male dog, even though it was playing as a female dog. But I believe this dog in that movie was a descendant of the original Lassie dog, if I remember correctly, if I'm reading it right. So anyway, that was the answer I was looking for. I got a few entries, not many, which is kind of disappointing. But come on now, where are we? Where's my what did I do with it? Damn it. Oh, there it is. All right, let me make my drawing. Here we go. G23 is the winner.
I thought G23 did an inner giveaways.
Oh, yeah, right.
Well, there we go. Grats.
The G23 is the winner. Let me write that down if I don't forget.
So let me get this straight, Rick. What you're telling me is Lassie the dog is the original transvestite?
Yes.
You'd be surprised. There's a lot of animals that were used in movies that weren't the gender they were saying it was. That happened quite often.
Yeah, and actually, believe it or not, from what I was reading, even Lassie the dog, in the actual dog that played Lassie, they didn't want him because he wasn't a true collie per se. He wasn't a championship because he had the white stripe going down his nose, and I think if I'm under the kennel club, that his nose is all meant to be one color. But anyway, besides that, but what was happening when they were trying to get the dog to do the tricks, the dog that played Lassie was on the sidelines, and he was doing them he was just doing them for doing them. So that's how he got the part as Lassie. That's what I read. I don't know if that's true or not. But anyway, the next quiz for what would be the 19th, because I'm doing them every 2 weeks until I start getting some swag, because I'm getting low. So this one for the swag pack is an easy one too. And I mean, actually, this one, everybody should, don't forget now, it's email. Don't go writing in the chat. Everyone should get this one. Anybody who's got anything to do with guns should get this one. What I want to know in the original Predator movie, I want to know what firearm Arnold Schwarzenegger used and what was on it. His long gun. I'll put it that way. Okay. I want to know what he had, what he used, and what was on it. So there we go. Email me at rickslife@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. You got 2 weeks to get it into me.
Fantastic question, Rick.
Yeah, and going back to Laddie, he eventually would have been bought by Bart Simpson using a fake credit card and then donated to the Springfield Police Department.
All right.
You guys don't remember that episode of The Simpsons?
No, I don't.
He got applied for a credit card under Santa's Little Helper's name. He called him Santo. He put down Santa's Little Helper, and they sent him a credit card, Santo L Helper, and he used that credit card to order a bunch of stuff. And when the credit card company came to repossess everything, he gave the dog to the Springfield Police Department. But the dog was a collie, and his name was Laddie.
Okay, so so that's So I mean, as I'm saying, it's and I believe I was reading somewhere else that the film studios used the same kennels for dogs as they did for but of course but it's one of the younger trainers that was there now does it. She's in her 60s now, I believe, and she does the dogs. But anyway, the original Lassie, I can't remember what his name was now. And but the when the dog retired, the father of that father-son team, that the dog lived till it was 18 years old, which is old for a collie, and and he got buried in a grave with a big headstone and all kinds of shit, So interesting when you read what you can find on the internet. Okay.
My uncle, the same one that hurt his back, he had a little toy collie. She was black and white, and they called her Misty, and she had a black nose, but right like in the middle of her little black nose, she had one little pink spot. It looked like she had like a spot of bubble gum stuck to her nose.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick.
Yes.
I went ahead and just won your contest. If you check your email.
All right.
You hit one of my favorite movies and one of my favorite military weapon systems. I have dreams with those. That was a really good part in the movie where Arnold, I won't say anything, but Arnold, the creature, is in a tree, probably 25 feet in the air, and Arnold sees him, and he swings with this firearm and unloads probably a 15 or 20 shot burst. And the Predator fires one of his particle projection energy weapons at him and blows the stock off the rifle. And Arnold falls on the ground and he yells, "Get to the chopper!" You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah. So, anyway, yes, I have another entry too.
Awesome.
Coming with the right one. So, already. All right. So you're driving back to the big city there, Rob.
Yeah, cutting through to the hotel.
Do what?
Just cutting through, heading to the house.
You're breaking up on us. Yeah.
Hey guys, hey Rick, thanks for your invite. But I gotta jump off here myself real fast.
Yeah, I'm about ready to wind it up. All right. Thanks, Jason.
Great guys, I'll see y'all later.
Okay. Have a good one.
Later, Jason.
Yeah, I'm about ready to wind it up anyway. So it's the cats are getting hungry. They're circling. The big guy's here sticking his claws in me. Well, he's not sticking it. Well, yeah, he is. He's poking me with his claws in my leg, is what he's doing. And I'm wearing shorts, so
I
I
call that.
don't have the pant leg to protect.
I call that the pat and poke. Because
Yes,
they put their paws up and then they just index their claws enough to go through your material or through the top layer of your skin and just poke you.
yes, that's what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bastard.
trying to get your attention. It's like, hey, pay attention to me.
That's what he's doing it for. Yeah,
He's letting you
It's
know.
feeding time.
Yeah, he's letting you know either you feed him or he will find food elsewhere and he may not have to go very far.
Yeah, take a chunk out of my leg.
Leg.
And the cat's like, you might be bigger than me, but I'm faster.
Yeah. Okay. Rich, you got any shout outs or plugs?
Yeah, be sure to check out the if you're into professional wrestling, the wrestling podcast tonight at 9:05 p.m. Eastern on the Unloaded Media channel, and then tomorrow night between 8:30 and 9, we will do This Week Unloaded. You can see that in my little avatar here, and then the channel name is right there. I put that with my name now, so anybody wants to know what my channel is, there it is. It's Unloaded Media. So yeah, be sure to check both of those out. Thanks for the invite, Rick.
New York Outcast, you got anything? We might have.
Just thanks for having me. You probably won't be able to hear me.
All right, no problem. And don't forget, if you want the AR stand behind me, I got it on the wall unit that comes with it right now. That's rnldisplays.com. And use my discount code of Rick's Life and get 15% off. It comes with the wooden stand. Also, you can barely see it up there on top of my toolbox, sitting right there in the corner. It comes with a wooden stand, and it comes with a wall unit. Comes with the screws and the and whatever you call them, the stud, the plastic things that go into the drywall. To hold it up there. Everything's given to you in the package. So don't forget that. All right.
Yeah, real quick, did I get the spelling right on the discount code up there on the YouTube side?
Rick's Life, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was an apostrophe or not, so I wanted to make sure I got it.
No, I don't believe there. No, there's not.
There's no apostrophe. Okay, well,
No,
ignore the apostrophe, folks. Just
yeah, it's just Rick's Life. So, all right, as the name says on there, Echo's Reloading Chamber. You got any shout outs or plugs?
Just gonna be doing some more videos on reloading some 5.56. Last night I was doing some resizing. We're gonna be going through case prep all the way to firing it at the range. So
you got you 5.56. You got small primers.
Yeah, I've got 5,041s in the box, and I've got another couple 1,400 small rifle.
Hey, friend.
Yeah. Wait, you need some small rifle primers, Rick?
Yes, I do.
yeah, I think that's what he's hinting at.
Yeah.
I have to send you a box.
No, I mean, because for the last, well, I've been in the guns for 5 years now, and I said I'll never own an AR. And I tried. My friend had me shoot his. What was it? 2 months ago, and I fell in love with it. So now I've got one. I've got the dies. I got the die. I got the bullets. I got the brass. I got powder, but I don't have any primers.
What type of powder are you using?
Oh, it's what hell? What's called? It's got 223 in the name.
Oh, is it CFE 223?
Yes.
Yeah. when you're loading that, just be careful. It's very temperamental. The slightest increase, even though I'd use 0.2 tenths of a grain in incremental adjustments, I noticed a spike when I hit. I don't want to quote powder amounts, but when I got to a certain point, I added 2 tenths more and I blew primers out. And I was like, wow. So just be very careful. It's a very sensitive powder. If you come across Varget, the Varget load that is 25.2 grains, that makes for anything 55 grain shoot sub MOA as long as you do your part. And you're using a turret, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I use for my 223, doing everything with it. And basically, because of the way the Lee turret it works, the turret, when you bring up the ram, it doesn't tilt. It goes straight up and hits locking studs. So there's no deflection. You get really accurate 223 and 300 blackout rounds off of a turret press. That's what I would really highly recommend anybody thinking about getting into reloading start with, because I've been doing it for 6 years and I've been into guns for over 40, and I have a turret press still sitting in the middle of my bench.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I appreciate that. So anyway, I got everybody right. So I'm gonna wind it up. I want to say thank you to everybody stopping by in the chat on a Saturday afternoon. I really do appreciate it. And I'll be back on Wednesday at 7 p.m. with Shooting with Disabilities. So good afternoon, everybody.
Bye bye.